So today I will give the demo of big data Hadoop. So can you please let me know, so what is, before going to explain about big data and Hadoop, what is data? Any idea about data? What is data? Any idea? What is data? What is the definition of data? No one knows what is data? Data definition.
It's a collection of information.
Yes, it's a collection of information, right? But nowadays we call it as currency. Nowadays we call it as currency. Why we call it as a currency? Data, why we call it as a currency? In a very simple example and in a simple definition is, data is a collection of information. Can you please everyone go to mute? Can you please everyone go to mute? Dheeraj Kumar. Dheeraj Kumar, can you
Yeah.
please go on mute?
Sure. Where I can mute? I'm not getting option.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. So now, why we call it as data is currency? Okay. I will give few example. Example 1. The first one is, suppose for example, you want to see a movie, you want to watch a movie in theaters. Okay. Suppose you have book a ticket for Saho movie. The show time is 4:45 p.m. Show time is 4:45 p.m. Suppose all you guys are in Hyderabad. Suppose if you guys are in Hyderabad or Bangalore or anything, any one of the mall, the favorite mall or famous mall. Okay. So suppose if you can enter into that particular mall 4:30 p.m. You can park your bike or car in a parking slot. Once that parking is completed, you can enter into that that whatever the mall, you can book the ticket in that mall. You can enter into that mall. The first one is the initial process is the security check is completed. After security check is completed, the cinemas, the movies will be available in 4th floor or 5th floor. You went to 4th floor or 5th floor, again one more security check is done. So once the second security check is done, few people are came to your place and they can offer one form. What is that form? Anyone will observe, anyone observe that form. In that form we have few fields are available. First one is name, second one is your address, third one is your email ID, and your fourth one is your phone number. I don't know how many members are observed this. So how many people are came to your place and they can offer the form. So once you can fill the form and you can give it back to the whatever the person they can offer to you. After 15 days and or 30 days or 45 days, suddenly you got a call from ICICI Bank. They said we will offer a lifetime credit card for you, but you don't have any account, salaried account. You don't have any savings account. You don't have any demat account. You don't have any personal loan, car loan, or home loan in ICICI Bank. Then how they know your number? Once you can fill this form, they can sell your data. They can sell your data and they got amount. This is the first use case. That's why data is currency. Here your name, address, email and phone number are related to your data. Those are coming under data only, right? That is the first example. The second example is example 2. Suppose in Hyderabad, we have total top 5 institutes are available for Hadoop and big data, Hadoop and Spark with Scala. But you can call to only the top 2 institutes, but still you got a messages, tomorrow we have a demo or day after we have a demo. You got a message from the remaining 3 institute also. How they know your number? How they know your number? That is the second example. That is the second example. Example 3. Those who are maintaining huge volume of data, those who are maintaining lots of data, they are millionaires. They are billionaires and millionaires. For example, Amazon. In the recent Forbes list, Amazon is the world top richest person in the world. Amazon. So what exactly we can perform by using Amazon app? We can perform, we can done a transactions. First of all, if you want to download, first you can download the Amazon app, and the second step is you can register. Register means either you can give your email ID and all the details you have provided, your address and all these things, your phone number. Once you have created your account, after that you can perform you can done a transactions. Either you can purchase any electronics item or any goods items or any vegetables. Nowadays vegetables, fruits, all are available in Amazon supermarket. Am I right or not? So here you are performing, you are purchasing some, I mean to say some items, and you have done some transactions. So for each and every transactions, you can spend some amount. Am I right or not? So this is the first one. The second one is Flipkart. So nowadays, the 20 to 22nd or 20 to 24 big billion days offers and all these things are going on in Flipkart and Amazon, right? This is the second one. The third topmost app is nowadays Swiggy. So by using Swiggy, what you are doing, you can order items. You can order a food items. Am I right or not? So here also that you can provide your data. And fourth one is Ola, and fifth one is Uber, and sixth one is Zomato, and sixth one is mainly Paytm. Am I right or not? So if you can install these apps and you can register, you can open an account in this by using these apps, you can provide your data. Yes or no? Your personal information, 100% you should, you can provide. Am I right or not? So that's why nowadays data is currency. And I will give the fourth example. Zio, guys. What by using Geo, you are for 3 months, for 3 months mobile data you can purchase. Am I right or not? Nowadays the amount got increased. Now for 3 months you can spend 66.99 rupees, and daily you got a 2 GB data. That is also a mobile data. That is also a related to data only. Yes or no? And for that data you can spend some amount. So that's why nowadays we call it as data is currency. Up to this point, is it clear or any questions, guys? You can if you are unable to talk, you are unable to unmute yourself, can you please ping me in the chat list also? In chat list also you can able to type. Okay, is it clear or any questions?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, cool. So now I will give few more examples, guys. After 1970s, the data is very less. It is in the form of KBs. What is the full form of KBs? It's a kilobytes. What is the full form of KBs? It's a kilobytes. So suppose, for example, you all are coming from your background is BTech. So currently you are studying a BTech 4th year. So for 4th year ECE total in your college, 3 sections are available, A comma B comma C. So each section contains 60 students. So total how many students are there? 180 students. For each and every data, we need to do two things. First one is processing and second one is storage. First one is processing and second one is storage. So how we can process and how we can store the data? By using Excel sheets. You can store what type of information? Student ID, student name, student address, student how much amount he was paid in the month of June, and how much amount it's pending amount, due amount. All this details you can store in Excel sheets. And how we can process. Suppose, for example, all 180 students in the month of June, they have paid each and every student paid 30,000 rupees. Out of fees is 60,000. The remaining 30,000 amount is pending for each and every student. It is a due. So all this information they can maintain in Excel sheets. Okay, all the summation of all the 30,000s of 180 people, that is the processing the data. In 1980s, the data is much more increased. It is in the form of MBs. So now how to process the data? By using programming language. What is the programming language? Example, Java.net. Okay, next, plus storage. How we can store the data? How we can store the data? By using Rdbms. What is the Rdbms? MySQL, SQL Server, all these things. All these things we can store the data. Okay. In 1990s, it is GBs. The data should be in a gigabytes. How we can process the data? By using MSBI plus or Oracle BI. And you can store the data by using a Netezza. Okay, Netezza, Vertica, and the third one is Teradata. After that, after 2000 year, the data is day by day it is increasing. TBs. It is TBs. What is TBs, guys? It's a terabytes. And the next one is PBs. It's a petabytes. And the next one, YBs. It's a yottabytes. ZBs. It's a zettabytes. And EBs. It's a etabytes. So this is a large and huge volume of data. This is a huge volume of data. Okay. So this huge volume of data, by using above tools, we cannot able to handle, we cannot able to process. That's why this huge volume of data, we call it as big data. What is the definition of big data? It's a very simple. It's a big plus data. That's it. It's a big plus data, big data. It's a huge volume of data. So now here you have one question. What is big data and what is Hadoop? Here there is some confusion. So people are some confusion about what is big data and what is Hadoop. So here big data is not a technology. Big data is not a technology. Big data is not a programming language. Then what is big data? Big data is a problem statement. Big data is a problem statement. For every problem statement, we have a solution. What is the solution for this big data? It's a Hadoop. It's a Hadoop. Okay, guys. So is it clear what is big data and what is Hadoop? Big data, it is nothing but big plus data. That is nothing but that is equal to huge volume of data. Huge volume of data. And this huge volume of data, we call it as a big data. This is not a technology. This is not a programming language. This is a problem statement. For this problem statement, what is the solution? Solution is Hadoop. Okay, next. Guys, if you have any questions, please ping me in the group, I mean to say in the chat, so that I can able to know. Okay, next one is Rdbms versus Hadoop. Why Rdbms cannot handle big data and why Hadoop will handle big data. Okay, I will give one example, guys. Have you heard vertical scaling and horizontal scaling? Anyone can heard vertical scaling and horizontal scaling? Anyone knows? Okay, this is a vertical scaling. What is the meaning of scaling? Scaling, it is nothing but add or remove components. Add or remove components. What are the components here? I will tell you. Suppose, for example, this is your system. Okay, in this system we have a CPU. For this system we have a CPU. In this CPU we have some components are available. What are those components? RAM, hard disk, and processor. Okay, so now initially at the time of purchasing of this computer, okay, so the initial size of RAM is 4 GB, 4 GB, and your hard disk size is 500 GB, and your processor is 5 gigahertz processor. Processor is 5 gigahertz processor. Okay, so now guys, can you please tell me, suppose for example, if you want to after 2 months or 3 months, if you want to store the data is 500 GB to 2 terabytes, what you need to do, you can scale up. Scale up means you can increase your hard disk size from 500 GB to 500 GB to 2 terabytes, and you can increase your 4 GB RAM to 8 GB RAM. You can increase your processor 5 gigahertz to 7 gigahertz. Now guys, can you please tell me, suppose if you want to, your data size is increased from 2 terabytes to 10 terabytes, but your one single system, we cannot able to add the, I mean to say, hard disk size from 2 terabytes to 10 terabytes. Why? Because for each and every system we have some limitations are there. Up to this size only we can able to increase, after that we can't. So that's why what we need to do, we can't use this vertical scaling for to process and store huge volume of data, that is big data. Now coming to horizontal scaling. Now coming to horizontal scaling. In this horizontal scaling, suppose for example you want to add, suppose you want to process 4 terabytes of data. So now you can 4 CPUs. Initially you have a 4 CPUs. So CPU 1, CPU 2, CPU 3, CPU 4. CPU 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 CPUs, that is nothing but they are equal to 4 systems. In our real-time scenario, we call it as each CPU, we call it as node. Node 1, node 2, node 3, and node 4. So each system contains 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte. We can distribute the data and you can able to process 4 terabytes of data. But after that, few days, the data size is increased from 4 terabytes to 8 terabytes. What you need to do? You need to increase your number of nodes from 4 nodes to 8 nodes. Okay, so that's why you can able to process a huge volume of data. So this all nodes are connected to one single network, that is called it as a cluster. That is called it as a cluster. Okay, so Facebook is using FB is using 30,000 node cluster. Why? Because of nowadays not only Facebook, WhatsApp and Instagram are also Facebook products only. If you can open WhatsApp from Facebook, okay, suppose if you can open Instagram, there also you can able to find out from Facebook. Okay, at the time of open your Instagram app. Okay, so that's why there are lots of data. So daily there are so many people are using Instagram. There are so many chat messages, they are chatting, their images they can upload, they can upload videos, shares, likes, comments. There are so much data they need to process. Okay, so that's why they are using this much of nodes. This is also a interview question. In interview, first interviewer will ask a question like this: in your current project, how many number of nodes of cluster you are using? So you said we are using 8 node cluster, and then immediately they can ask a question, like this. So how much data you are processing? These two information you should ask to you as a developer. You should know these two information. How many number of nodes of cluster you are using in a current project? That is the first one. Daily or weekly or monthly or yearly, how much data you are processing? These two information must and should you need to know as a developer. Okay, these are the basic points. These are the basic points. Now next one, suppose for example this is our world. This is our world. Okay, in this world, first 20% of the data we can process by using Rdbms. That is nothing but MySQL. For example, MySQL. We have lots of Rdbms components are there, but I can give an example like MySQL. So here in the MySQL, by using Rdbms, what type of data we can process? Structured data. We can process only structured data. That is nothing but table data. And you can suppose for example text files and CSV. That's it. Okay, this data only you can able to process. And after that, whenever the Hadoop will comes into the picture, by using Hadoop, you can able to process structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. Okay, what are the examples of unstructured data? Unstructured data. What are the examples of unstructured data? Unstructured data examples are images, audio files. Exactly, Shankar. Video files. Okay, so these are the unstructured data. And what are the semi-structured data? Semi-structured data. Semi-structured data examples. What are the semi-structured exactly? Single, JSON, and Avro, PARQ, log files, XML, etc. and ORC, etc. Okay. So by using Hadoop, we can process all types of data. And after that, one more component is comes into the picture, that is Spark. By using Spark, you can able to process structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data, along with streaming data. What is streaming data, guys? What are the examples of streaming data? Any idea? Streaming data? Streaming data,
Live
it is
data?
exactly live data. Streaming data, it is nothing but live data. That is nothing but we can give the examples like Swiggy app, Ola app, Uber app. Why these are all? Yes, Twitter also, exactly. So why Swiggy, Ola, Uber, and all these things are why these are we call it as live data. Suppose, for example, by using Uber or Ola, you have booked a cab. Okay, so initially they have provided the information like a cab number and OTP in Ola, right? And after that, if you can observe that in that screen, within 3 minutes or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, okay, in next how many minutes the driver will reach to your place. Okay, so you can track where exactly the driver is. Okay, so in how many minutes, next how many minutes. The initially it was shown like a 9 minutes. After 3 2 minutes, where exactly the cab driver is. That is called it as live data. That is called it as live data. I will show you one diagram, guys. Uber architecture. I will show you one diagram that is a Uber architecture. Okay. Where is that image? I think this one. See, guys, this is Uber. How Uber works. Okay. So if you can observe this, here they can use a Spark. Whenever we can use I mean to say Spark streaming, that is nothing but a live data. Whenever you can process a live data, there you can see 100% Kafka. KAFKA, Kafka. See here, Kafka 100% it is available. Whenever you can process a live data, 100% you can use Spark and Kafka. See here, Hadoop, Hive, HDFS, Pig, all are related to your Hadoop components only. Okay, is it clear, guys? And the next one, by using Spark, you can able to process machine learning also. Machine learning. This is ML libs. Machine learning libraries. By using machine learning libraries, Spark with the machine learning libraries, you can able to process machine learning also. Machine learning data also. By using, you can write a machine learning programs also. Okay. Sir, what is the difference between Spark and Kafka? Spark is basically we can use a processing engine. Spark is a processing engine, but Kafka we can use for to store messages. Here we can use Kafka in a Kafka architecture. We can use Kafka topics, Kafka topic, Kafka producer, Kafka consumers, and all these things. Mainly we can use Spark is for processing engine, and Kafka we can store the messages. You can read the messages from Kafka topic by using Spark. Is it clear? Think Venkat B. Is it clear,
Yes, sir.
Venkat?
It's
Yeah.
like a Spark means it is a performing or how it is.
Yeah, it's a processing engine. Say, suppose for example, Java by using, for example, if you have a data, for example, if you have a SQL data, you want to process that SQL data. How you can process that SQL data? We have a lot of ways we can process the data. By using Java, you can, by using a connection URL. By using Java, you can use a connection URL and you can connect to that SQL, and you can connect to that particular table and you can write a queries. That is one way. And the second way is by using .NET. What is the .NET here? Again, .NET is a programming language. That is also a, we can use for processing the data. In our scenario, this is a huge volume of data, plus it's a streaming data. Two things are combined. Am I right or not? First one is streaming data. 24 hours, 24 by 7, you got a messages. You got a messages. Am I right or not? So this data you can able to read from Kafka topic, and you want to process. That meaning you want to write a code in Spark. That is called processing. Clear?
Okay. Kafka means it's like a storing after
Yeah,
processing the data in Spark.
exactly. No. After processing the data, where exactly you want, that is your wish. Suppose, for example, I will tell you like this so that you can easily understand. 1 minute. Suppose, for example, this is Uber. Okay, this is your Kafka. Okay, so here Uber. Uber 24 by 7, so many people are using. Am I right or not? Yes or no? Is I agree? So now, so this data, Uber data, we can we can read. How to read? Initially, this data can be placed it into, for example, this Uber data can be placed it into MySQL. Suppose, for example, MySQL. Okay, so here one more thing is there, that is IBM Maxwell. So here this is a MySQL. Initially Uber can be directly store the data into MySQL. From this MySQL we have a binary logs are available. In the MySQL, if you can observe, two things are available. The data should be available in tables, and also we can able to maintain the data should be in a binary logs, right? From that binary logs we can 24 by 7, we can, all the data can be placed it into this Kafka topics. Here Kafka topics are we need to create. In this Kafka topic, every time the data can be stored here, and immediately that data can be reflected into Kafka topics. Here we are maintaining lots of topics. Suppose, for example, 5 to 6 topics are there. That is, this is one table. Suppose, for example, this is Uber data. In this Uber, we are maintaining lots of tables. For each and every table having one topic, for example. So here you need to read this data. You need to read the data from this Kafka topic. How you can read the data? By using Spark code. By using Spark code, you need to write a Spark code and you want to process the data. Here you can write a Spark code. Here you need to read the data from Kafka. First point, read the data from Kafka. This is the first point. Second one, you need to apply transformations. You need to apply transformations, and you want to store the data. Where you want to store the data, that is your wish. That is for client requirement. Suppose once this data can be processed, where you want to store the data, you have a lots of options. First one, suppose for example, you can store this data into Hive tables. And the second one is you can store this data into HBase tables. Or you can place this data into Rdbms. Maybe you can store this data into Teradata. Clear? Clear, Venkat? So this is the way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kafka is basically it's a messaging system. Kafka is basically a messaging system. Okay, so continuously 24/7, 24/7 we can read the data. 24/7. Okay, 24/7 we can read the data by using this Spark code. We can read the data from Kafka topic. Then you can process and you can place it into your Hive or HBase or Teradata. Is it clear, Venkat?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, now coming to, can we store the data into HDFS, not HDFC, boy? It's a HDFS, Shankar. Yes, you can store. You can give save as we have one option is there in for storing the data. You have a save as table, save as text file. That is your preference. Either you can store the data into HDFS, either you can store the data into Hive, either you can store the data into HBase, either you can store the data into Teradata. Anywhere, that is your wish. Okay, now coming to the next point, big data. So here basically Hadoop, the next concept is Hadoop. So the history of Hadoop, basically the history of Hadoop. First we need to learn about history of Hadoop. So basically Hadoop, in which year Hadoop got, enter into the market. Okay, who introduced this Hadoop? In 2005 year, in 2005 year, duck cutting, initially this person duck cutting is introduced Hadoop into the market in 2005 year. Okay, so here in Hadoop also we have two things are there: processing and storage. In initial stages, how we can process and how we can store? We can process the data by using MapReduce. And how we can store the data? By using HDFS. What is the full form of HDFS? Hadoop Distributed File System. Okay, so MapReduce program, how you can write? By using Java. Okay, initially you can process by using MapReduce. You can process structured and semi-structured data. Guys, can you please tell me one thing? Out of 100 people, how many of them knows Java? Out of 100 people, how many of them knows Java? Only 20%. 15 to 20% of the people only knows Java. Am I right? The remaining people doesn't know what is Java and how to write a Java code. Am I right? So that's why in 2008 year, Facebook is introduced one component called as Hive. So in this Hive component, we can write a MySQL queries. Hive is allowing to access or writing MySQL queries, but the backend should be a MapReduce. MR, it is nothing but MapReduce. Okay, and the second one, by using Hive, you can able to process structured and semi-structured data. In the same year, Yahoo is introduced. In the same year, Yahoo is introduced Pig, Hive, Pig, HBase, Scoop, all are related to Hadoop ecosystems. All are related to Hadoop ecosystems. Okay. So what is Pig? Pig is a data flow language. By using Pig, you can able to process structured and unstructured data. Okay. Now after that, in 2008 year, Cloudera comes into the picture. What is Cloudera, guys? It's a distribution. What is cloud? What is the meaning of distribution? I will tell you one thing. Suppose, for example, before Microsoft is not available in the market. At that time, what we need to do, if you want to download Excel, this Excel sheets you can download manually. If you want to download Word, you can download Word. Once MS Windows comes into the picture, if you can purchase this MS Windows, MS Excel, MS Word, WordPad, all are available in one single place without installing manually. Am I right or not? Yes or no? Am I right or not? The same way, Cloudera also distribution. What Cloudera will provide? Cloudera will provide a cluster. Already we have discussed what is cluster. Suppose, for example, previously we are using 8 number of nodes. All nodes are connected to one single network, that is called as cluster. This cluster will be provided by the Cloudera. So in this cluster, suppose for example, for your project, you need 10 node cluster. Simply you can go to Cloudera and you can, you can call to Cloudera and you can contact to Cloudera, boss, this is my project, we need 10 node cluster, how much price we need to give. So that suppose for example, for this they will charge $20,000 or $30,000 for example. Along with the cluster, you got a Hadoop environment also. See guys, I will show you. This is a Cloudera. This is a Cloudera. See, this is single node cluster. This is for free. If you can practice, you can install this Cloudera into your machine. So in this, all the components are available. See, if you can see here, Pig. Just now we have seen Pig grunt shell. If you can give Pig, it will enter into the Pig grunt shell. Suppose if you can give Hive, it will enter into the Hive. Okay. If you can give Spark -shell, it will enter into the Spark shell. You no need to install any component, any Hadoop component, any Hadoop ecosystem manually. Okay. This is called it as distribution. This is called it as distribution. Any questions, guys? Up to this, any questions? Are you good? Any questions? Please let me know.
Is it like a open or they will charge?
This is single node cluster is free. But if you want more than single node cluster, that is for 100%. It's not a free. Okay, multi-node clusters are not available for free. Multi-node cluster 100% you can pay some amount and you can get the cluster, but a single node cluster it is for free. This is you can able to install, but if you want to install this, your RAM should be 100%, minimum 12 GB. Your RAM size is minimum 12 GB, because if you want to configure this into in your machine 8 GB RAM you can allocate to this Cloudera. 8 GB RAM is needed to for this Cloudera. Okay, clear?
Suppose I have
Yeah,
8 GB RAM, it will support?
no, 8 GB RAM, all 8 GB RAM you can allocate it to Cloudera only. Then your system is hanging. Okay, hangout. That is nothing but you are unable to do any work in your system. For this, what is the alternative? Pavan, we don't have any 12 GB RAM or more than 8 GB RAM in my systems. So what we need to do? I have an alternative. Suppose, for example, if you can join in this training, I will provide details. I have a CloudX lab details. How many of them heard CloudX lab? How many of them are knows CloudX lab? Google Colab. I don't know about Google Colab, Shankar. I have a CloudX lab. I have a CloudX lab credentials. In this CloudX lab credentials, I will provide to my students. So you guys will easily access this cluster and you can easily practice whatever the things I have given in the class. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, guys. No need to install that Cloudera. If in your office company guys will they can provide a cluster and all the details. For your practice purpose, I can provide the cluster and all the details. Okay, so you no need to purchase or you no need to increase your RAM size from 8 GB to 16 GB or 12 GB. Okay, that's it. Now, still you have any questions? Still you have any questions? Or you guys are good? Okay, okay, guys. Basically, this training timings are 8 to 9 evening, 8 to 9 p.m. Okay, so basically the training, how the training is, right? That is what your question, next question. So this training got divided into two parts. First one is Hadoop training. The second one is Spark training. Okay, second one is Spark training. In this Hadoop, what are all components I want to cover? First one is Linux commands. Second one is HDFS commands. Third one is map reduce then meaning Hadoop architecture. So here 1.x comma 2.x. Okay. Next, scoop, hive, hbase, pig. And after that I will provide one project 1. This is first step. Once it is completed, after that I want to start Spark. Here first I want to start Scala. Second I want to start Spark core, Spark SQL. Next, Spark streaming and Kafka. Once it is completed, I will provide how to explain a project, in interviews. This is first one. Second one, I will provide interview questions. And third, I will provide sample resumes. Once training is completed, all you are very much confident to give the interviews, to attend the interviews. Pavan, if possible, can you please take a mock interview for me, okay? So that I will take mock interviews also. Okay. So this is what in this entire, in this entire training, the total training duration is 2 months. Okay, minimum 2 months. Okay, Monday to Saturday we have a class. There is no class on Sunday. Okay, Monday to Friday, each and every day 1 hour. Friday I will take either 2 hours or 3 hours based on your free time. Okay, if you are free, I will take 3 hours. If you are not free, I will take 2 hours. Simple, that's it. Now, can you please ask if you have any questions or any doubts? Don't, guys, any question, any silly question you can ask. Okay.
So this complete Hadoop as well as then Spark and Scala, it will cover in 2 months.
Yes, total 2 months, because this Spark and Scala only it will take more time. That's why we need to cover more examples. So how to write
Okay.
a tell me.
Okay. So do you have any recorded sessions, or if in case we are going to miss these sessions, unfortunately? Will it?
Yes, 100%. 100%. Durga Soft team will provide. So all the recording videos, they can put it into one single place. If you are suppose for example, suddenly you have a office work, at that time you are unable to attend the session, then you can able to access the video and you can able to see the video. That's it. No problem.
Okay.
Sir,
My
yeah.
office timing is from 12:30 to 9.
What?
My office timing it's noon 12:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So
Okay.
can you please make it the class timing from 9 p.m. like half an hour I can manage, but on duration of 2 months it would be a bit difficult for me to manage last 1.5 class. So request
Okay.
you to it to by 9.
Yeah. I can understand. I can understand your problem. Now, guys, can you please tell me 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. how many of them are interested? Very simple. Can you please? Can you please? Dheeraj is yes. Okay. The remaining people also. Can you please tell me what time? What time I need to give the? So I got only how many? Only I got a response from Dheeraj, Rohit Reddy 829, Venkat V yes, Shankar B no issues. So if everyone is interested to this guy Rohit Reddy Anagu. Okay, Rohit Reddy, can you 1 minute? Rohit Reddy Anago, can you please share your, see guys, my Gmail ID is Hadoop developer 9999@gmail.com. So most of the people are able to attend 9 to 10 o'clock. There is no issues for you. Okay, only for Rohit Reddy. Rohit Reddy, can you please share your email address? Can you please share your email address? Rohit Reddy. So remaining people, I didn't get, I mean to say response from everyone. I want response from everyone, guys. not for only few people. So can you, yeah, Amit Sinha, yeah, it's a 100%, it's a 9 to 10 o'clock. I will 100%, I can make this class. Okay, no problem. Sandeep Panda, I'm fine. Rohit Reddy.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine on
Not
9 to 10.
okay, 9 to 10. Okay, guys. Everyone, if everyone is interested to join this class, there no, we don't want to waste the time. We'll start the class from tomorrow onwards. Is it okay for you, everyone?
Uh, one doubt, sir. Can I
Who's
ask?
this? Can you please? What is your name?
Venkat.
Venkat. Yeah, Venkat. Go ahead. Yeah, Venkat. Go ahead.
In real-time scenario, so as you mentioned, like a single node system, right? How in real time they will use what kind of tool? It's like a cloud or some other tool.
See, these are not. First of all, these are not tools. These are the distributions. We have total 3 distributions are available in our current market. First one is Cloudera. Second one is Hortonworks. And third one is Mapper. So based on, see, there is some differences available, and also cost wise also Cloudera is cost wise, it's a more when compared to Hortonworks and Mapper. So that's why most of the people are using either Hortonworks and nowadays or Mapper. But Cloudera, very few people are using Cloudera because cost wise it's very high. Okay, so only as of now, we have only 3 distributions are available in the current market. That's it.
Okay, sir. And one more. Uh, what about MapReduce? Is that currently they are using?
No, currently no one is using. That's why what I am telling is, here I can provide this Hadoop architecture. In this Hadoop architecture only, we can discuss about MapReduce and also one MapReduce program, that is word count example, how to write a word count example. Okay, all these things. This is just for your understanding purpose. That's it. Okay, but architecture is, but this 1.x and 2.x architecture are must and should, and 3.x architecture. In 3.x architecture we have a Spark, but word count example just for your understanding purpose. That's it. Nowadays no one is asking any questions in the MapReduce. If they want to ask any questions in the MapReduce or Hadoop related things, just they will ask Hadoop architecture 1.x and 2.x. Okay.
Okay. Suppose if I joined one company, suppose I have experience like a 5 years. I worked on Informatica. Okay. I'm planning to put 2 or 3 years of experience in big data. Suppose they will ask like a MapReduce. Do you have any idea about like that?
No. Yeah, see, whether you have a 2 years or 3 years or 8 years or 5 years, okay, experience is not a matter. Experience is not a matter. Nowadays, no one is asking any questions in MapReduce. If they want to ask any questions, they can ask a questions related to architecture part, not a programming part. Because of, if they will ask any questions like MapReduce currently are you using or not, simply you can say no. Why? Because of outside of the market, MapReduce programs no one is using. We are using Spark. Why we are using Spark? When compared to MapReduce, Spark is 100 times faster than MapReduce. Simple, one question answer. Then they can also, okay, this guy is a real-time scenario person. That's it. Okay, you can give a you can give a answers confidently. Then okay, this person knows everything. That's it.
Okay, sir. And one more, sorry, like, is there any difference like a Scala, Spark, and PySpark?
See, Spark we can develop by using Scala, Python, Java, and R languages. We have total 4. By using any one of the programming language, you can develop the Spark code. In our training, I can give a Scala, not Java, not Python. If you want to learn PySpark, suppose for example, the very simple thing is the syntax wise, it's a difference. The remaining business logic, whether you can use Scala or Java or .NET, I mean to say Python, the business logic is same, but the thing is the syntax wise it's is different. That's it. Okay, the declaration of
Okay,
variables. That's it. These are the these are the differences. That's it. The remaining
Sir,
everything
one
is same.
question here. Sir, one question here. Like, yes, yeah, Sandeep here. So I don't have any experience on Java, as well as I'm very poor in Java also. So in that case, as you said, Scala is quite similar to Java.
No
So
need.
how difficult is it
It's
for me as a beginner for Scala using Spark?
that is what I'm telling you. So from beginners, that's why see in outside market, no one is giving Scala components. Okay, so I am providing Scala. This is it is very easily understand, and I will also provide two websites how to learn a Scala. It's a very easy. It's very easy. No need to think about I don't know Java. No need. No need. You doesn't you don't if you doesn't know Java, no problem. Scala. If you want, only you can learn Scala. Suppose only few topics we can interrelated with Java. That's it. The remaining things are everything is same. Just you can learn Scala. You don't think about Java. Okay,
Oh,
clear? Yeah, I will tell you. I will tell you how to learn Scala. Okay. Any other question? Yeah, Nagaraju, can you please send an email whatever the doubts you have for career wise? Definitely, I will guide you. No problem. Okay. And also one more question here. Flume. Okay, Flume also I will add it. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
like how we are going to handle that unstructured data like images, videos. Are you
That
going
is
to?
no. See. In this training, I don't want to give any unstructured data. Why? Because of in our real-time systems, in our real-time scenarios, we can process three types of data only. First one is live data. Second one is structured data. And the third one is semi-structured data. That's it. Even still, I have a 6 years experience into Hadoop. Still, I didn't work on any unstructured data as of now. I have worked on semi-structured data. I have worked on structured data. I have worked on live data, but I didn't work on any unstructured data. If you want unstructured data, I will give one example. Okay, I will also learn and I will give the example. That's not a problem. Okay, it's a frankly speaking. I'm also frankly saying I didn't work on any unstructured data. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So guys, if any other questions, anybody have any other questions? If there is no questions, we will wind up this call and we will start this session from tomorrow onwards, 9 to 10 o'clock. Okay, guys, don't worry. I will give all the details and how to practice and all the details I can provide. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. Any other questions? Please let me know. Yeah, Sandeep, go ahead.
no, sir, I'm fine on that.
Yes,
Sir, can we use Microsoft Teams for online training from tomorrow?
Microsoft, not Microsoft Teams. It's a go-to meeting. It's a go-to meeting link. Durga of team can provide, so you can join
Okay.
into the Durga go-to meeting link. That's it.
Daily recordings and class notes files and all those things. How you can get?
Yeah, I will provide you guys once the class will start from tomorrow. Can you give
Okay.
all can you give all the email IDs so that daily I will share from my side. Can you please go on mute, Sai?
Yeah, sir.
So I will provide the notes. If suppose, for example, tomorrow you people are joined, so you can give your email addresses so that I will share the email for that email addresses. I will share the mail. In that mail, I will share the notes, whatever the notes for that day I have given. That is first thing. The second thing is whenever the class is completed, immediately they can upload the video into Google Drive. They will share that Google Drive to you. Okay, no problem. Don't worry. We will give all the information and all the details, all notes and videos also. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night.